For the first time in a few years, Michigan has had a properly good winter. We've had an excess of snow, so I'm going to build a winter playground for my son. Starting with an igloo at the top, a tunnel at the bottom, and a sled hill in between. In this video, I'm going to take you through this build step by step, through every trick and every failure. Now, I've never seen this much snow before, so I'll be learning along the way, but in the end, it's all going to be worth it for that exciting snow day with my son. How hard can it be? I already had the spot for everything picked out. This hill will work perfectly for sledding out of the igloo. The top of the hill is a bit tight, but we'll squeeze it in there. First, I cleared the snow all the way down to the surface and made the area as circular as possible. In order to build an igloo, the snow needs to be a solid packed snow. Something you could pick up in chunks and holds its structure really well. The foundation needs to be the strongest and most stable in order to hold the weight. Working around the circle, I laid each brick and used a saw to cut the edges to fit. Each of these blocks needs to be cut in a trapezoidal shape with the edges pointing toward the center of the circle. And after a day of laying bricks, I realized the circle was about as lumpy as my skull. Not the best foundation for something I'm hoping will be stable enough to put my kid under. Using some leftover 2x4s, I built a quick jig so I could easily find the center of the igloo. This is a strategy I saw another YouTuber use. He added a riser to figure out the height of his ceiling, and he used a rope to quickly measure to the bricks as he stacked them. It worked out well for him, so we'll give it a shot. By this point in the day, the warmth is not doing the snow any favors, and there's a bunch of warm days coming up. So I reinforced what I could and took a couple-day break, hoping that the foundation would hold through the heat wave. By the following weekend, we got at least another 2 feet of snow. So after a quick snowman, and packing down the sled hill, it's back to work. I cleared everything off and got back to cutting bricks. So far, this saw has been working fine. But I'm a man. I need a man saw. I found this in the garage, and bigger is always better. Apparently 1900s forestry saws cut through snowbanks like butter. My man saw sped up the process so much that this is at 1x speed. Once the base got high enough that I couldn't climb over, I cut the first entryway in with the baby saw. I used a short 2x4 with a bit of foam screwed in to hold the bricks in place as the igloo started to round over for the roof. The biggest problem I had was the inconsistent snow that I'd cut out of the snowbank. Sometimes it was solid, other times it would have soft spots that would break apart while I was moving them. Fortunately, there's enough snow that I could just keep cutting until I found a good piece. This also meant I had uneven brick sizes because I'd have to cut away the fluff. In more than one spot, I had to merge 2 layers into one or change the direction of the spiral just to keep the igloo moving up. It still worked, but the snow consistency made it a big challenge. The string method was crucial near the top. The angle of the string helped me eyeball the cut angle for the bottom and the sides. Once the next block was sized, again with a slight taper, I laid it in place. I secured each piece by giving it a slight push up and towards the previous one. Then I packed the edges with a bit of slush and kept moving. The capstone was tricky. I cut this piece thin and light. I cut the capstone at a 45-degree angle so the previous brick would support most of the weight. Then I added some slush for good measure. The final piece was done the same way. Doing my best not to fall and crush this entire project, I passed the last piece over the top and cut the edges to fit. The next step was the side exit for the slide. I picked my spot with the baby saw and punched through from the inside with the man saw. Now I've been working on this all day and today is my anniversary, so this may become my new home if I don't hurry up. Using the same cutting methods, I put together a quick awning and packed the LED light strip around the inside. That's all for tonight. The next day, I got to work on the tunnel. Using this 1.5-inch insulation board that I picked up from Lowe's, I cut 2 templates to balance the bricks on.
found my spot at the bottom of the hill and got to work. For the tunnel, I laid these bricks similar to how you would build a house. For the base, I used smaller bricks and spaced them so the top layer would spread weight across the two below it. I continued with this method until the bricks started leaning over. From there, I used full-length chunks to bring the walls close enough for the keystones. Using that spare 2x4, I added a brace to the template to help support the keystones while I was putting them in place. I chose to lay the keystones perpendicular to the other bricks because of the snow structure. This snow has seen multiple thaw-freeze cycles, so there was random, strong, icy layers combined with soft, fluffy snow in between. By turning the bricks, I'm letting the ice layers hold the structure and the fluffy snow fills the gaps. Then I slushed all the gaps to add extra strength once it freezes over. Mr. Snowman volunteered to be the electronics code inspector, so after using the utmost in waterproofing protection, I took another strand of LED lights and slushed them along the outside of the tunnel. These lights worked surprisingly well, so if you want some yourself, I have them linked and everything else used in the description below. My mandsaw is not linked. That's for me. Anyway, an hour later, the project was done.
Step to step by walking away. I don't wanna run it, 'cause I wanted to stay. But you tear me apart. Where are you coming from, worry? Who's she kissing your shoulders? I can't stop every time when you're calling me back, and your voice is the one thing that bringing me back to life. You're bringing me back to life. You're bringing me back to life.
I've never built anything this complicated with snow before, and it was very time consuming. But with a few tricks, it went together pretty easy. So, how hard can it be? Not too hard if you've got the right snow and a good saw. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I did building it. Now it's off to some sledding and brainstorming on the next project.